Hello and welcome to exercise 16, section B of What Can I Paint Next art course. So what we're doing in this one is we're introducing the acronym PEP, P-E-P. So we've got purpose, elements and place. Those are the three things that PEP stands for. So let's look into this in a bit more detail. Purpose. If going back to the last exercises, you've got the why and the who of the W questions. Put those together and you get your purpose. And within that purpose, you're looking at what you're trying to communicate to people and what is your focus. What are you going to concentrate on to explore in the painting? So we mentioned that you could explore materials, you could explore fundamentals, or you could explore an idea. So there's your purpose. What are you exploring? What are you communicating and who are you communicating to? Because what you may have found in doing the 5 W's is those questions all interlink with each other. When you start talking about who you're communicating to, all of a sudden you're saying what you're communicating. And when you say what you're communicating, it's obvious who you're saying it to. All lumps together. The next thing is going to be the elements. The elements is the what. What's in the painting? Going right back to section A. Going back to your nouns, your verbs for your nouns and your adjectives for your nouns. What is it actually that you're trying to communicate? And then the last P is place. Place is where is it set, what time of day it is. It brings in things like what colour scheme you're going to use, what lighting you're going to use, how much tone is in there. So place, even though it seems like sort of an outlying thing to think about, it actually affects a lot of the fundamentals that you're going to be using because of what's in the background, how it's lit and where it is. So with that, we can look at the planning sheet and what I've got planned for exercise 16. And here we have planning sheet, split into purpose, elements and place. Purpose first. What am I exploring? In my painting, what I'm going to be doing is looking at tone. Tone is going to be my main exploration. It's going to be about lighting a face. Communication. What am I trying to communicate to a viewer? Well, with the tone, I'm obviously trying to communicate a light source, but also this one's going to be about being lit from all sides. I have a birthday coming up tomorrow, and the idea of birthday candles, you'll see it on the sketches that I've already done. It's that idea of a birthday candle lighting up a celebration. But when you get to a bit older, it's like, how many candles is there going to be? So I'm communicating light source, but also the light and dark of getting older. With this one, I actually came up with the idea of tone first. And it was looking at my face. I took these photographs. And it was the idea of looking at my face lit in different ways that gave me the idea of changing light. As the light changes, it's like the days are passing, the years are passing. And then it's my birthday tomorrow as well, and I thought, it's all making sense to be about the light and dark. Then I thought of the birthday candle, and I tried playing around with that. And I'll show you what I did. If I turn the page here, I did these sketches. And I lit my face from different places, and I thought I could have one candle in the middle. But I wanted to do a few more composition ideas. So I thought, instead of lighting it from one candle in the middle, the main focus being the candle then, what if I imagined there was a lot of light from everywhere and reverse all the images? So I did that, and I've put the dark in the middle. And I think as a composition with no candles relevant, I'm not telling you that there's candles, I'm just showing that there's candles round. That's from the last exercise. So I don't need to put the candles in. That's what I've done here. And then I just had a go with different colour schemes. So I came up with the exploration tone, communication, a light source, playing with light source, the light and dark of getting older. Elements, 8 faces lit differently, neutral look on the face. I did try and play with the idea of doing different expressions on the face, but I thought no, my main is going to be tone. That's going to be my main focus, so I just did neutral. And it was about the light and dark, not the expression on the face. So I try not to confuse too much in the painting. I try and keep, even though my paintings have got a lot in them, I try not to overfill them with ideas. It's the elements in it that make the idea come across. There is nothing else in, it's just 8 faces lit differently. Place. The background's just going to be the light and the dark. So light and dark room, or universal, the light and the dark universally. So from the idea of just lighting my face in different ways, it's turned into quite an exploration of an idea. But sometimes that can happen. So main, tone, secondary, idea. Sometimes that can happen. So I've got my planning sheet. I know where I'm heading now. I've done a few sketches so that I'm pretty sure of what my composition's going to look like and my colour scheme. I don't know if I'm going to go this yellow. And I think I might keep that longer rather than a circular one because of the length of the head. Right, I'll get stuck into that and I'll see you in a bit. And here's the finished painting for exercise 16. As I was doing the painting, I worked out a few more things. The whole idea of half light, half dark. Just so happened my birthday's on the autumn equinox as well. So it really did start to fit together. So I took the idea of the birthday candle, the light on one side, the light dark on the other, the turning of the days. And the more I painted it, the more it seemed to make sense. And the autumn equinox, the equinox birthday, started to come together as I was painting it. So I've added that onto the planning sheet as well. Just put equinox birthday underneath there as well. And sometimes things like that can happen. As I said earlier in the video, that as you work on things, the idea grows. You don't have to start with a brilliant idea and then do a masterpiece painting. Sometimes you start with something really simple, like I started with tone. And as you're doing it, ideas start to slip into place within the painting. That's the sort of thing that happened on this one. So we've got pep, purpose, exploring tone, also getting the idea across of half light, half dark, the turning of days, the turning of years, birthdays, and that idea of so many birthday candles that you're lit all the way around. As you get older, more candles. That seemed to work into being a side idea in the end. Elements, there was 8 half-lit faces, and place. It was more of a universal space rather than a particular place, but the lighting of it was really important. So taking PEP and the 5 Ws across to comparing it to writing now. PEP gives you an idea, gives you a way of doing a whole narrative, a whole story within a painting, just as you would start a whole piece of writing with a beginning, a middle and an end. In a piece of writing, it's linear. You start at the beginning, you go to the end. With a picture, you get it all at once. So it's a bit more difficult to do a beginning, a middle and an end. But the structure is still there to actually deliver a story, deliver an idea, deliver a narrative. And that's the direction we're going in now, is we're starting to look at frameworks for paintings, exactly the same as you'd get frameworks for doing pieces of writing. So in the next one, we're going to do PEP, purpose, elements and place, for still life and object. So I'll see you in the next one. See you later. Bye.